should be aware that that is a part of life. That is part of how it works. But even in a business work environment, right? There is something to be said about being charitable, being ultimately beneficial to you sometimes. There's lots of businesses that don't. Otherwise, business wouldn't donate to charities at all, but they do, and there's a reason for that. Um, but yeah, I mean, kids. I've always. I remember. 'Cause I was a little bit bullied as a kid. I mean, I think we all go through that process. I think it's part of life, good, bad, or indifferent. It is what it is. Um, right? I think that's there's always going to be, I think, on some level, a competition with life, but no one should ever feel like they can't do something, and no one should feel like they're incapable because somebody made them feel that way, right?
Hmm.
I kind of feel like in your case, I'm sorry anyone made you feel that way, my friend, because honestly, you're probably one of the last people that should ever be made to feel that way, you know. But it's it's unfortunately a big part of the world we live in. So,
And so basically, my part of my healing process really became trying to write stories, whether it be, for example, dealing with bullying, or whether it's dealing with media, police violence, and things like that, or whether it's dealing with just being grateful.
yeah.
I did a book called Captain Fluffy Pants Tries to Take Over the World because an alien came to the planet that wanted ice cream, even though he had never had it. Uh, but he wasn't grateful for what he had already. He just came to try to take something else. And so it was the idea of just, you got to be grateful for what you have because you never know when you don't have access to that thing.
Oh, everything has a finite lifetime, like a lifetime, like everything. Like there is nothing in this life that's meant to last forever. It just doesn't work that way. Like if you I know this based on the fact that of just the fact I've moved around so much. I'm probably not done moving. I got a lot of travel I think left in me, regardless of how things work out in the next little while. Um, just it's just my nature, and I've always known that I was always going to have to wander and see and kind of see where things are going to take me. But traveling as much as I have, one of the things I've learned is life is like everything you do. I like okay, for example, this is our second conversation. Now, we're gonna have at least one more, right? We're
Yep.
gonna have at least one more.
Yep.
Right? Hopefully we'll have many more. But there's always that risk and there's always that chance that we aren't gonna have another conversation. And what I mean, that's just life. Like life tomorrow, one of us may not wake up. I mean, life's a risk. Life's an inevitable risk. Everything changes every day. Tomorrow, William, you might get a call from Walt Disney saying, William, we want you to draw a movie for us. It could happen, right? In which case, William will give me a phone and tell me, Josh, I love you, but this is my dream come true. This was a dream come true. I got to do it. And I'll say, God bless you, buddy. Kick some ass. Maybe tomorrow, I get a phone call saying, hey, listen, do you ever want to interview Oprah on your podcast? That's a shot. In which case, I'd say, buddy, you know,
And I
right?
would understand.
Yes, yeah. So, all of which to say is, and I bring up good things because not a lot of people bring up good things, right? But the truth of the matter is, we all have this finite lifetime of meeting and talking to each other. And we only talk to each other a handful of times in this life. So treating them like they're gold is a great thing because honestly, if we did that, we treat each other better. Like, can you imagine this? Like, you only are going to be around someone one time, okay, or two times, or three times, and you know this deep down in your head. Wouldn't it motivate you to treat them the best you possibly could? because you only got this time to do whatever it is you're supposed to do with that person, and then they will move on to whatever's next for them, and you will move on to whatever's next for you. That's it. One time, done. Right? So you treat everything like it's the last time, or it's going to be one of the few times. Now maybe you get many opportunities to be with somebody, and that's a great thing. But if you treat it like that, you treat everything with a lot more respect, because you recognize that you're only here so many times. You're only going to do this once or twice or 3 times. So I've learned that you try not to take these things for granted, because shit, you never know, right? So I'm gonna try to make the best impression I can with you, because one, you're awesome, and two, more importantly, I mean, this is my chance to make that good impression. I better take it now, or I may never get another chance.
Yeah. And I mean, it's those moments where, I mean, you talk about the drawing and the things you're doing, and you think about the fact that, there was a time where you didn't know any of the people that you know now. And so then for them to say, well, hey, get involved in this thing we're doing,
Yep.
You're just like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
But you just never know.
Exactly. So you make the most of everybody. So